Hi, kings and queens. It's Sandra Fenwick, your mortgage consultant. I wanted to talk to you about interest rate and rate locks. So when I pre-approve you, you bring in your application. Usually your rate is floating. I'm going to quote you a rate for your profile, your application. So it's your credit score, your loan amount, the area you're living in. All of that matters to what your interest rate is going to be. When I lock your rate, it's for that day, that time. As we know, interest rates change day to day and sometimes several times a day. So by the time we get your contract in, you find a house, submit you to underwriting, that rate could change because it's considered a floating rate. Your rate is floating. Some banks offer forward locks. We'll get into that later. But 98% of the time, your rate is floating. So once we get into underwriting, the market is doing well, I will call you and say, hey, as of right now, today, the rate is X, Y, and Z. Do you want to go ahead and lock, or do you want to continue to float until, and we can see if it goes down or see if it goes up, see, what happens tomorrow or the day after. When we get to a certain point in your loan, you have to lock. But, you have the option to do that. It's almost like gambling. It is gambling, really. It's legal gambling because you don't know. Like you could lock your rate today at 3%, and then tomorrow something great may happen and the rates can dip. And it's a 2.5 or whatever, and your rate is locked where you'll have it. So locking the rate is good, but sometimes, it could differ. It could differentiate. Once you lock it is locked. You don't automatically get a lower rate when you close. One of my clients asked me that before. You don't get a lower rate when you close. When you say I want to lock this loan, you're locking it for a set period of time, 15, 30 days, 45 days, whatever you choose, and that's what your rate is going to be. So if you have any questions about interest rates and rate locks, give me a call. You have my cell, 301-326-7555. You can DM me on any of these social media platforms. You can start your application by going to approvemesandra.com. Sandra, Sandra, Approvemesandra.com. Thanks. Have a great day.